Hello, friends!
What's up?
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Maile.
I'm Eric.
And today we are bringing you episode 2 in our Indulgent Theater Nerd Dreamcasting series. So the next show that we're doing, the show we're doing today, if you haven't checked out our first video, we Dreamcast the Wicked movie. So I'll link that up here and you can go vote on whose cast you think is better, mine or Eric's. Mine is better. But today
Based on the votes from the people, mine is.
No, it's not. Today we are doing such an exciting show, a show we both love so much. Mm-hmm. The most popular show ever, Hamilton! If you couldn't tell by our shirts and the thumbnail and the title of this video. All the main roles, okay? All of them. And we have a few ground rules that we've set because we're totally happy with the freaking filmed version of the original cast, and we don't think you can get better than the original cast. Like, they're freaking amazing and wonderful, and yeah, if there's a movie version, it should be made with the original cast.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of this video and being fun, we decided that we could, number one, if we wanted to, we don't have to, but if we wanted to, we could recognize the fact that Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to play Hamilton in any version of Hamilton ever. So if it gets made into a movie, duh, he's going to get cast as Hamilton. So we could have a free pass with Lin as Hamilton if we wanted. I don't think you took that bait. I did. Just spoiler alert. And we said we could pick one additional cast member from the original show to include in the movie.
Also did not do that.
You didn't do that? Oh my gosh. And of course, we are sticking within the confines of the casting recommendations for Hamilton, which is people of color.
Yeah. And we're keeping the double casting thing, even though that's the biggest thing for me that I don't think would work in a movie, but we're sticking with it just because that's the way the
So with the three main BFFs, with in the first act, Lawrence, Hercules, Mulligan, and Lafayette, we cast the same actor for those roles as we did for the second act roles of Jefferson, Philip, and Madison.
And same with Peggy and Mariah Reynolds.
Right. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with King George. I have such a good King George.
Go.
Who's yours?
No, you go.
No, you go.
You go.
You go.
You go.
You go.
You go.
No, you.
Why do you want me to go first?
All right, I'll go first. My King George is Ewan McGregor as King George.
Well, crap.
Did you say Ewan McGregor?
I have a backup. It's fine. But yes, I did pick Ewan McGregor as my King
George. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. That blows my mind. You picked Ewan McGregor?
Yes.
He would be freaking amazing, wouldn't he?
Duh.
He would be literally the perfect King George. The perfect King George.
I can give you my backup, though.
Okay, so who's your backup for King George?
Sacha Baron Cohen was my backup.
I thought of him, too. He would be really good.
He would be
as
really
King
funny
George.
and be able to play up the humor.
Well, that's a freaking great start to this video, man. Okay, let's take it down a notch. Let's calm ourselves down. I'm mostly talking to myself. Okay, so next let's talk about Peggy. So you go first. Who is your Peggy?
So my Peggy / Mariah Reynolds, I'm going with Naomi Scott, who played Jasmine in the Aladdin remake, because obviously she can sing very, very well. She could nail No to This in Act 2, and she is significantly younger than my Angelica and Eliza, so the younger sister.
I love her.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
So
my Peggy is Ariana DeBois. Or DeBoy. I'm not exactly sure how to say her last name. I want her to be Peggy because she's flippin' awesome.
Yeah.
And I realized that I just broke my own rules because she is technically in the original cast. Dang it. So, sorry. I have 3 people from the original cast in my cast.
What are we even doing here if there's no rules?
But she's freaking awesome. If you don't know who she is, you will freaking soon because she is about to explode. Her star power is amazing. She was the Bullet chorus member in the original cast of Hamilton on Broadway, which I didn't even process in my brain. She was just in Netflix's The Prom, which we still haven't watched. And she's playing Anita in the upcoming Steven Spielberg West Side Story, which I just can't freaking wait for. Okay, next let's do Hercules Mulligan / Madison.
Okay, go ahead. I went first last time.
So my pick for Herc and Madison is someone who I think is perfect. And you might not know who he is upon first hearing of his name, but I'll explain. Reggie Watts.
Oh, that name sounds super familiar.
Do you know who Reggie Watts is? Okay, so I know Reggie Watts from, he's the leader of the late night band on James Corden's late night show. Okay. And he's awesome, but he's also apparently an amazing comedian, like rapper. He's so awesome. And I think he would be the perfect, like, he's got a good build for her, and he can rap like crazy. Like, oh, he's awesome. I love him. So he's a great pick. Okay.
Mine is, so historically, not seen in the actual soap, Hercules Mulligan was significantly older than the other people.
Justifying some weird casting choices.
No, I'm going historically accurate. Because I always thought that it was weird that Hercules Mulligan was the same age. Anyway, I went with somebody who is an actor and also a rapper who has been proven over decades of being able to do this well, and that is Ice Cube. So
Ice Cube?
Yeah. Going back to...
I can kind of see it.
Going back to his NWA days of like his rap style back then.
Oh, he could rap
really
for
well
sure.
To the Battle of Yorktown section of Hercules Mulligan. And then also being that older, more paternal figure amongst the rest of the gang would be more historically accurate than the stage version.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
Okay, so let's do Philip / Lawrence next. Who would you pick?
For my Lawrence / Philip, I went with Rami Malek.
That's such a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great one.
He's a little bit younger than who I'm going to be casting as my Hamilton. Weirdness of stage to film translation. Rami Malek's not 9, which is how old Philip is when he shows up in the show. So
works on Broadway, might not translate well.
So I don't know what we're going to do there. That they got that like Marvel de-aging technology, so if Disney produces it, we can use that. So yeah, that's who I'm going
He would
with.
be really good.
Yeah.
He could totally rap. And
yeah, I mean,
Lawrence is a heavy singer.
Yeah,
so.
That's a caveat for a lot of mine. Is I'm assuming that we could spend some pre-production time getting some of these actors up to snuff in the rapping department.
Okay.
Because Rami Malek for Lawrence / Philip.
I picked a pretty like traditional choice, I would say, not really out of the box, but I picked him because he would literally smash this role. Do you know who I'm going to say?
Mm-mm.
I am going to pick Jordan Fisher, who I love so much.
I use Jordan Fisher.
In the Wicked casting, I can use him again in Hamilton. Wouldn't he be fantastic?
Yeah, he'd be good.
He'd be a really good Lawrence. He'd be so cute, and I love him so much. Okay, so we just did Lawrence and Philip, so let's do Jefferson / Lafayette now. Okay. Mine is literally the best. Like, you're not gonna be able to beat mine. Unbeatable. Like, you're gonna hear it, and you're gonna be like, nope. I can't beat that. I might as well not say mine.
Well, you're going to hear mine and go, who's that? Because you don't know who this person is. So, even though they're perfect.
Okay, well, not more perfect than Donald Glover. Donald Glover's swagger is perfect for both Lafayette and Jefferson. Can you just imagine him in like a purple velvet, like long dressing coat with like big prints, like fluffy white, oh my god, and like dancing with a cane? Like, Donald Glover would be literally perfect. Like, perfect. He'd be so good. Okay, who's yours?
Mine is somebody who has experience acting, singing, and rapping, and also has that swagger, and I mean, just would be able to strut across the stage in the purple coat with the cane during What Did I Miss, and just be perfect, or not stage, but
I'm so excited to hear this, because I apparently don't know who it is.
You don't. We've actually had a conversation about how you don't know who this person is. So mine is Andre 3000.
No idea.
From Outkast. You might know him. He sang Hey Ya.
Oh.
Yeah, but he has experience acting. He started out rapping, obviously can sing based on the song that I just told you. And yeah, he just has that exuding charisma and disarming charm that Jefferson would require. Okay,
Washington is next, and my Washington is legit perfect. The perfect casting for George Washington. Like, when I thought of this, I was like, Maile, you are the genius of all geniuses. Oh, when you hear mine, you're gonna be like, yeah, you're right. That is the perfect Washington. Are you ready? Are you ready? Taye Diggs.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Taye Diggs is the perfect Washington. He would be amazing, even down to his cute bald head. Like, oh my gosh, he would be amazing. He just exudes that Washington-esque character normally. He's just freaking awesome and he would be so good. Who's your Washington?
Ready to be humbled?
Okay.
Mine is an actor who can sing and has tried to dip his toes into the movie musical waters, but was kind of burnt in 2019. I'm going with Idris Elba as my George Washington. No. Are you kidding? No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Down in the get in the comments. Let us know.
Here's the thing. I love Idris Elba. I think he's such a talented actor. But the role of Washington is a role in Hamilton that has to be able to sing. You have to have such an incredible singer in the role of Washington. And freaking Taye Diggs has had decades on Broadway. Like, he sings with the smoothest, most buttery, subtle, amazing Washington voice. Idris Elba can stay on pitch, like, good for him, but like, he's not.
When have you seen Idris Elba sing? That's not an acceptable response.
Taye Diggs is so much better. Please comment down below that
Taye
Diggs is so much better than Idris Elba for Washington. My mother is going to agree with me wholeheartedly. And she counts for like at least 5 votes. Angelica.
Angelica next? Okay.
You are going to laugh at my Angelica, but the more I think about it, the more perfect it is.
My Angelica, I just kind of looked at the options available to me and looked at the most obvious one and was like, I mean, you can't really pick anybody else, so I'm going to go with Beyonce for Angelica.
I almost went with Beyonce for Angelica, but I thought of someone even better.
Well, I don't know about that.
Beyonce is really good.
Yeah.
She would be a great Angelica.
She could act it well. She could sing it well.
I think she would be great.
And based on a lot of her, especially music in the past 5 to 6 years, she could have a lot of that emotive through the song of Satisfied that I think is the most important part of the role of Angelica. So
I went with a similar star power and diva-esqueness
star power
of
Beyonce. What in the world?
J-Lo. J-Lo would be such a good Angelica. J-Lo would be good.
Yeah, I mean, she'd be good. Not as good as Beyonce.
No, I think she would be. I think she would be because I think J-Lo has more of like a harshness than Beyonce does. J-Lo is a little bit more like, I don't know. She just has a more Angelica quality to me than Beyonce does. Beyonce seems more like R&B, like more smooth. And J-Lo's like, bam, I'm gonna hit ya, you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think both of those are good options. I do. All right, so next up, let's do Eliza.
My Eliza is Priyanka Chopra.
Oh.
So obviously got her start in Bollywood.
Married to Nick Jonas.
Not what I know her for. But
she's gorgeous. She would be great.
Obviously a very accomplished actress, but also got her start in musical style movies and stuff like that in Bollywood. So I think she would fit in really well. She is the appropriate age for like the rest of my main cast of characters. And I think that she could knock Burn out of the park.
Okay, my Eliza is a straight Broadway star. And you probably know her from Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
Nicolette Robinson. Do you know who that is?
We watched one episode of Umbrella Academy.
Okay. So Nicolette is a Broadway actress over decades. Can sing so freaking well. Would smash the role of Eliza. Is the perfect like age for that role. She was the first Black Jenna in Waitress on Broadway.
Okay.
She's freaking awesome. 3, she's married to Leslie Odom Jr.
Okay.
You should follow them both on Instagram because she's currently pregnant with their second child and they do the cutest videos. They like sing together. Oh my gosh, they are the cutest little family. But she is so stinking talented and she would be such a good Eliza. Okay, so the last 2, the big 2. Mine are probably going to come as no surprise to anyone watching, but I'm very interested to hear yours. So I'll go first on Burr. Okay. Burr was my original choice for keeping the original casting because you just like literally, when you think of Aaron Burr, you think of Leslie Odom Jr. He just is Burr. Like he is an incredible performer. But he makes that role so dynamic. His articulation, the way he throws his voice, just nobody else does it as good as him. And I would love to see him elevated to movie status and be able to reprise his role in a big movie. Who's your burr?
So my burr, the level of research that I did in terms of acting capability for a lot of these people was via Google. I don't have access to their ranges. I just know they can sing. And I listened to a clip of them singing and went, that sounds close. So yeah, I definitely went with more like movie in mind of kind of the intimate nature of acting in film and what would be required of burr from an acting standpoint. And so I went with Michael B. Jordan for my burr because he can sing, and I think from an acting standpoint, the like simmering resentment and anger that builds up over the course of the show, the whole show hangs on that. So
he's so young though. That's kind of surprising to me because of his age.
Late 30s.
He looks super young though to me.
Well, but I mean, that's the other weird thing about the show is it takes place over like 40 years.
That's true.
So we're going to have makeup and de-aging happening throughout the whole thing. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Interesting choice. I'm not sure I'm behind that one, but okay. Okay, so let's do Hamilton now. I feel like Eric's going to pull out some like random like Denzel Washington's going to play Hamilton or something.
Denzel Washington.
Okay, but my Hamilton, I hadn't already spoiled it in this video, which I think I did at the beginning, is Lynn. Because you just can't have anyone else play Hamilton in a Hamilton movie. That's not going to be an option. Like, they won't even consider casting. It will just be like, Lynn's making the Hamilton movie. Lynn's starring in the Hamilton movie. Lynn's producing the Hamilton movie. Lynn wrote the Hamilton movie. Like, duh. So that's my choice. Obviously.
Disagree.
So who would you go for if not Lynn?
I don't think you're going to like mine, even though he can sing so well. He can act so well. He's a little bit older, but you could make him look younger for the early parts of the show.
So intrigued.
It's just part of the pre-production, I think. I don't know. Would need to be dedicated to get his rapping skills up to snuff.
Oh,
but he
no.
does have a music background. Before he started acting, he was in a ska band.
What?
My Hamilton would be played by Oscar Isaac. I think.
I don't hate that at all.
He would be so good.
He would be really good as Hamilton.
Yeah, and I think. Yeah, he would be able to just anchor that cast very well.
I believe in his skills to learn rapping if he doesn't already know how to rap. Like, I think that's a good Hamilton choice. That's surprising but good, for sure. So
yeah.
Okay, well, now's the time. Let us know in the comments down below. Do you prefer my cast, which is obviously superior, or Eric's cast, which has some interesting choices, but let's be real.
I have Beyonce.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Also in the comments down below, let us know which show you want us to do next.
Yep.
And we might do it. So stay tuned for the next episode of this lovely Dreamcasting series that lets out our inner theater geeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to
smash the subscribe button
and like this video if you want to see more like it. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Oh!